Hey solar enthusiast, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something truly powerful, setting up a 15 kilowatt on-grid solar power system. That's right, enough clean energy to significantly offset your electricity bills and even send power back to the grid. If you've ever dreamt of harnessing the sun's immense power for your home or business, this video is your ultimate guide. We'll cover everything from selecting the perfect components to detailed wiring diagrams, ensuring you have all the knowledge to tackle this project confidently. Let's get started. Section 1. Understanding the 15 kilowatt on-grid system. What is it? First things first, what exactly is a 15 kilowatt on-grid solar system? Essentially, it's a solar power setup designed to generate 15,000 watts of electricity directly connected to your utility grid. This means when your panels produce more power than you're consuming, the excess can be fed back into the grid, often earning you credits through net metering. The beauty of on-grid systems? No batteries needed for storage. You rely on the grid for power when the sun isn't shining, and you contribute clean energy when it is. It's efficient, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly. Section 2. Key Components Overview. Now, let's talk about the stars of our show, the components that make up this powerful system. We'll be breaking down each one in detail, but here's a quick overview. Solar panels, the heart of the system, converting sunlight into electricity. Solar inverter, the brain converting DC power from panels to AC power for your home and the grid. Mounting structure, securing your panels safely. DC distribution board, DCDB, protecting the DC side of your system. AC distribution board, ACDB, protecting the AC side of your system. Cables and connectors, the arteries and veins of your system. Earthing system, crucial for safety. Section 3. Solar panels. 585 watt deep dive. Let's focus on our solar panels. For a 15 kilowatt system, we're using 585 watt monocrystalline solar panels. These are high efficiency panels, meaning they generate more power in a smaller footprint. Specifications for a typical 585 watt monocrystalline solar panel. Maximum power Pmax 585 watts. Open circuit voltage VOC around 49 to 50 volts. Short circuit current ISC around 14.5 to 15 amps. Maximum power voltage VMP around 41 to 42 volts. Maximum power current IMP around 14 to 14.2 amps. Module efficiency typically 21.5% to 22.5% dimensions, roughly 2.4 meters by 1.13 meters, may vary slightly by manufacturer. Weight approximately 30 to 32 kilograms. To achieve 15 kilowatts, using 585 watt panels, we'll need to calculate the number of panels. Number of panels equals total system size divided by panel wattage. Number of panels equals 15,000 watts divided by 585 watts per panel approximately equals 25.64 panels. Since you can't have a fraction of a panel, we'll need 26 solar panels to reach or slightly exceed our 15 kilowatt target. This will give us a total capacity of 26 times 585 watts equals 15,210 watts or 15.21 kilowatts. Section 4. Solar inverter specification, the brain of the system. Next up, the solar inverter, the unsung hero that converts the DC electricity from your panels into usable AC electricity for your home and the grid. For a 15 kilowatt system, you'll need a 15 kilowatt or 16 kilowatt three-phase on-grid solar inverter. Key specifications for a 15 kilowatt on-grid solar inverter. Rated AC output power 15,000 watts or 15 kilowatts. Maximum DC input power typically 18,000 watts to 22,500 watts, allowing for oversizing of the PV array. Maximum input voltage VOC around 1000 volts to 1010 volts. MPPT voltage range, a crucial range, typically 200 volts to 1000 volts or 250 volts to 850 volts. This is where your string voltage should fall. Number of MPPTs, maximum power point trackers, often 2 or 3 for a 15 kilowatt inverter. Each MPPT allows for independent string optimization, ideal for roofs with different orientations or shading. Maximum Input current per MPPT around 25 amps to 30 amps per MPPT. Nominal AC output voltage 400 volts/230 volts. 3-phase for a 3-phase system or 230 volts single phase if using a single phase inverter, though less common for 15 kilowatts. Rated grid frequency 50 Hz/60 Hz. Efficiency typically greater than 98.5%. Euro efficiency greater than 98%. Protection features: anti-islanding, DC reverse, polarity protection, AC short circuit protection, overcurrent protection, over voltage protection, surge protection, ground fault monitoring, communication, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, ARS-485 for monitoring. Section 5. PV string sizing, getting the right fit. This is where we connect our panels to the inverter correctly. PV string sizing is critical for optimal performance and to avoid damaging your inverter. We have 26 panels and our inverter has an MPPT voltage range. We need to create strings where the total voltage falls within the inverter's MPPT range, considering temperature variations. Panel VMP maximum power voltage 41 volts. Panel VOC open circuit voltage 49 volts. Inverter MPPT range, let's assume 250 volts to 850 volts. Inverter max DC input voltage 1000 volts. Let's aim for approximately 15 to 20 panels per string to keep the voltage within range. Option 1, 2 strings of 13 panels each. String 1, 13 panels in series. String 2, 13 panels in series. Total panels 13 plus 13 equals 26 panels. This fits perfectly. Now let's calculate the voltage for each string. At VMP operating voltage, 13 multiplied by 41V equals 533V at VOC open circuit voltage, crucial for cold weather. 49 volts equals 637 volts. Both 533 volts operating and 637 volts open circuit fall comfortably within our assumed inverter's MPPT range, 250 volts to 850 volts, and well below the max input voltage, 1000 volts. Current calculation: each string will have the IMP maximum power current of a single panel, which is 14 amps. Ensure your inverter's MPPT input current capacity 25 amps to 30 amps can handle this. Since we have two MPPTs, each handling 14 amps is fine. Section 6. DC Distribution Board DCDB, your DC protector. The DCDB is a crucial safety component placed between your solar panels and the inverter. It protects the DC side of your system from faults like overcurrents and surges. Key components and specifications of a 15 kilowatt DCDB, DCMCBs, miniature circuit breakers, fuses. Purpose: overcurrent protection for each PV string. Specification: you'll need DCMCB/fuse for each string. For 2 strings, 2 MCBs/fuses. Rated for the string current 1.25 multiplied by string AC gas. So for a 14A string, we'd use 20A or 25A DC rated MCBs. Voltage rating, rated for the string VOC, 1.25 multiplied by string VOC. So for a 637 volt string, typically 1000 volt DC rated MCBs. DCSPD surge protection device. Purpose: protects against lightning strikes and other voltage surges. Specification: Type 2 or Type 1 plus 2 DCSPD. Voltage rating, rated for the system's maximum DC voltage, 1000 volts DC. Current rating IMAX, typically 20 to 40 kiloamperes. DC disconnector switch. Purpose: provides a safe way to isolate the solar array from the inverter for maintenance or emergencies. Specification: rated for the total DC voltage and current of all strings combined, 1000 volts DC, 32 amps or 63 amps depending on total current. Enclosure IP65, rated for outdoor use, fire resistant. Section 7. AC Distribution Board ACDB, your AC protector. Just like the DCDB, the ACDB is vital for protecting the AC side of your system, located between the inverter and your main electrical panel grid connection. Key components and specifications of a 15 kilowatt ACDB, 3-phase. ACMCBs, MCCB, molded case circuit breaker. Purpose: overcurrent protection for the inverter's AC output. Specification: for a 15 kilowatt 3-phase inverter at 400 volts, current equals 15,000 watts divided by 400 volts multiplied by 1.73 equals 21.65 amps. You'll need a 3-pole MCCB or MCB rated at 25 amps or 32 amps. Always size up for safety and future expansion. Type C or D curve depending on inverter characteristics. Breaking capacity, typically 10 kiloamperes. ACSPD, surge protection device. Purpose: protects against AC side voltage surges. Specification: Type 2 or Type 1 plus 2 ACSPD, voltage rating. Rated for the AC system voltage, 400 volts/230 volts, 3-phase. Current rating, IMAX, typically 20 to 40 kiloamperes per phase. Energy meter optional but recommended. Purpose: measures the total solar energy generated by your system, essential for monitoring performance and net metering. Specification: 3-phase, bidirectional energy meter for net metering. Enclosure: IP65 rated for outdoor use, fire resistant. Section 8: Wiring and safety considerations. Wiring is where it all comes together. It's crucial to use the right cables and follow safety protocols. Cable sizing: DC cables from panels to DCDB inverter. Type: UV resistant double insulated solar PV cables H1Z 2Z2K. Size: typically 4 square millimeters or 6 square millimeters depending on string length and current. For our system, 6 square millimeters is a safe bet for most runs. AC cables from inverter to ACDB to main panel. Type: multi-core copper cables XLPE insulated. Size: for a 15 kilowatt 3-phase system 21.65 amps, you'd need 4 core cables, 3 phases plus neutral, of at least 4 square millimeters or 6 square millimeters per core. Depending on cable run length and installation method, always consult local electrical codes. Connectors: use MC4 connectors for all DC connections. They are robust, weather resistant, and ensure a secure connection. Earthing system: this is non-negotiable for safety. All metallic components of the solar array, panel frames, mounting structure must be properly earthed. The inverter chassis must be earthed. The DCDB and ACDB enclosures must be earthed. Connect to your main electrical earthing system. Use appropriately sized earthing cables, 10 square millimeters or 16 square millimeters copper. Key safety tips: always work with qualified electricians if you're unsure. Never work on a live system. Always disconnect power from both the DC and AC sides. Use proper PPE, personal protective equipment, insulated gloves, safety glasses, etc. Follow local electrical codes and regulations. Section 9: Installation and Commissioning, brief overview. The actual installation involves mounting structure. Installation: securely fasten the racking system to your roof. Panel installation: mount the 26 solar panels, ensuring proper spacing and tilt angle. DC wiring: connect panels in series to form strings, then run cables to the DCDB and inverter. Inverter mounting: install the inverter in a cool, well-ventilated location. AC wiring: connect the inverter to the ACDB and then to your main electrical panel. Earthing: complete all earthing connections. System commissioning: once all connections are checked, switch on the system following the manufacturer's instructions. Monitor performance. Grid connection approval: work with your utility company for necessary approvals and net metering setup. Conclusion and call to action. Phew, that was a lot of information, but setting up a 15 kilowatt on-grid solar system is an incredibly rewarding project. You're not just saving money, you're contributing to a sustainable future. I hope this detailed guide has demystified the process for you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with anyone considering solar, and definitely subscribe for more in-depth solar and renewable energy content. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or if you've set up a system yourself. I'd love to hear about your experience. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.